So to start off this deep dive, I want to set up a scenario that is honestly a bit of a social minefield.
Oh, yeah, those are always fun.
Right. So imagine I walk up to you and a colleague and I just say, we are going to lunch.
Oh, that is dangerous.
Extremely dangerous. Because in English, you have literally no idea if we means me and my friend here, but not you, or if it means everyone standing in this circle. You are entirely reliant on my body language to know if you're actually invited.
Which is pretty wild when you think about it. We've got a stack of linguistics papers and grammar guides in front of us today that basically argue English is buggy software. It's missing a very specific feature found in languages all the way from Australasia to the Americas.
Yeah. And our mission today is to unpack that missing feature. We are talking about clusivity.
Right, the grammatical ability to explicitly include or exclude the listener. But before we get into the whole we problem, the sources point out we actually need to look at the you problem first.
Right, because English is, well, notoriously bad at handling you. It's doing way too much heavy lifting. I mean, if you look at the data standard, English uses you for the singular subject, plural subject, singular object,
And plural object, it's a total context nightmare.
Exactly. Compare that to I versus me, where we clearly distinguish the subject from the object. But with you, we just traded precision for simplicity, although it wasn't actually always this way.
Right. We used to have thou and thee for the informal singular.
Yeah, and then you or you for the plural or formal, but over the centuries, you just completely cannibalize the rest of them.
Which perfectly explains why actual speakers constantly try to patch the software right. Like if I'm down in the American South, I'm not going to say you, I say y'all.
Or yints if you're up in Pittsburgh, yous in Liverpool, or you guys pretty much everywhere else.
And the sources point out these aren't just slang. They're legitimate dialect solutions because speakers desperately crave a distinction between one person and a crowd, and standard English just refuses to give it to them.
Yeah, so we've established English is a bit of a mess with the second person. But let's bring it back to the we problem. This is where clusivity comes in to supposedly cure my lunch invitation anxiety.
Precisely. In languages with clusivity, you literally never have to guess. They have two entirely different words for we. There's the inclusive we, which means you and I, and then there's the exclusive we, meaning me and them, but definitely not you.
The sources highlight TikTok Pisin, which is spoken in Papua New Guinea, as basically the gold standard for this logic.
It is so logical it makes English look primitive, honestly. In TikTok Pisin, if I want to include you, I say Yumi.
Which sounds exactly like you, me.
Yeah, exactly. But if I mean me and my group and not you, I say me Pella.
Meaning me fellows.
Right. Yumi versus me Pella. The invitation status is literally built into the grammar, so there is zero ambiguity.
And we see this in Chechen too, right? With ve for inclusive and txo for exclusive. But I thought the Vietnamese examples were especially fascinating because they tie clusivity directly into social hierarchy.
Yes, Vietnamese has Chung Ta for inclusive and Chung Toi for exclusive. But the nuance here is that Chung Toi derives from a formal, almost distant word for I. So when you use that exclusive we in Vietnamese, you aren't just conveying information, you are verbally drawing a circle around your group and explicitly placing the listener outside of it.
It effectively creates this us versus you dynamic just by picking a pronoun.
Which brings us perfectly to how English speakers are adapting right now. We might not have clusivity, but the grammar guides show a massive shift in how we handle gender and neutrality.
Oh, you mean the singular they?
Right. For a long time, grammar pedants hated it, saying they is plural, you can't use it for one person. But historically, we did the exact same thing when we used the plural you for one person. We're just repeating history to fill a modern gap.
It's basically the reverse of the y'all fix. With y'all, we invented a plural, but here we are co-opting a plural to get a neutral singular.
Yep. Exactly. Utility always wins over textbook rules. And sometimes the goal is to just remove the human element entirely. The academic writing standards we reviewed touched on the academic third person, where you strip out I and we entirely to sound objective.
Right. Turning something like I think into this report, argues.
You basically become a ghost in your own writing. It's the ultimate form of exclusivity. You exclude the author to create a sense of authority.
Wow, so pronouns aren't just little helper words. They completely dictate perspective.
They define the relationship. Am I with you? Am I above you, or am I hiding from you?
It definitely makes you rethink the next email you type. But before we wrap up, there was one theoretical mind bender in the notes about second-person clusivity.
Oh, yeah. This is the one that keeps linguists up at night.
Yeah.
We know we can have a we that excludes you. But is there a plural you that excludes the other people standing right there?
Like you who are listening to me right now and you over there who are also listening versus you listening and that guy across the street who isn't?
Yeah. Exactly. A grammatical distinction between the you present and the you absent. The sources note it is incredibly rare, possibly non-existent in natural language. Some linguists argue the human brain just doesn't categorize social groups that way.
A total grammatical unicorn.
Yeah, something for you to look for next time you're trying to get someone's attention in a crowded room.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you and only you next time.